A lot of times I'm asked, when you're putting together a portfolio, what kinds of things are you looking to do to set it up? I'm basically looking for three things. I want it to be consistent, I want it to be reliable, and I want it to be sustainable. And one of those areas that we can do that is using managed money. Hi everyone, I'm Mike Fischer, President and CEO of Client First Financial. I'm in San Antonio this week attending my broker-dealer Osaic's due diligence meeting called Connect Ed. And I am joined by Knopf, Senior Vice President of Investment Advisory Consulting, and we're going to talk about wealth management, and not only wealth management, but managed accounts and how I've incorporated them in the practice, and Catherine's going to give us a little more background on how they all work. Catherine, thank you for joining.
Wonderful.
So the first thing, I said managed account. What different types of managed accounts do we offer here at Osaic?
So I am Knopf. I run the advisory consulting team. The managed accounts, as they work on our wealth management platform, we have two primary options that we would look at those managed vehicles. Those would be model portfolios, and those would be separately managed accounts. Those are the two primary ways of looking at it. They are different types of solutions. One is more customizable, one is more of a turnkey solution. Both are using a third-party money manager that you have effectively selected and worked with. You've had some very strong names that you've incorporated and partners that you've worked with, in particular Ladenburg and BlackRock have been some of the pieces that incorporated into them, looking at those. So those would be strong institutional level asset managers that you are working with, managing the managers on. So rather than managing the individual investment pieces of that portfolio, using their investment expertise to run it on an ongoing basis, to make the trades, and making sure that you are aligning with their investment perspective on it, their investment approach, and tailoring that to each individual client need.
Okay, so we have the separate money managers who do individual securities, whether it's stocks, bonds, foreign or domestic, and then we have ETFs and mutual funds are basically the model portfolios that we use. But then we have something else. We can do a combination, the unified managed account. So tell us a little bit about that, how that works.
The unified managed account, as I say, the U in the UMA is really an umbrella product. So it is really bringing together all those pieces of it, where you could use a core model portfolio solution of ETFs, of model portfolios as the core solution, put an SMA in there, a separately managed account in there for some satellite exposure, and you can tailor those together to suit your investment objectives. So if you're looking for things like tax mitigation, if you're looking for certain values propositions in there, or for certain overlays, it's all customization at scale. So it's really looking at it a personalized way.
Okay, and Osaic offers, I mean, I don't even know, how many different models and money managers do they offer on this platform?
Too many.
Yeah, yeah.
But also a very curated list. So options, we keep the choice open. It's really meant to be choice flexibility and making sure that the client has access to anything on the street that's a quality product that's available. That's the best of the best for the client. And then how we work with you and your filtering process on that is what actually has a true value proposition behind it. So the curation of those, which is how you come to into be by picking your true partners that resonate with you, that align with you, that you can sleep well at night knowing that they're doing what you need them to do.
So being affiliated with Osaic, some people say, why are you with Osaic? And I always say because they do all the background due diligence on all these money managers so that we can feel confident that who we're offering is somebody that's already been vetted, I guess you could say,
Exactly.
to make sure that they have a clean record, they have a good process, they live up to the standards that you guys have set. Is that fair enough?
Absolutely. It's that curation process. It's having the choice, the flexibility, but then picking that best of the best, and not one size fits all. It's what works for you as the advisor, and most importantly for the client, what your client's end needs are.
And what I like about it is it's you don't need a lot of money to go into these programs. I mean, it's as little as $5,500. Now, do we put people with $5,500 in a model like that? Maybe, probably not. But the good news is if a circumstance comes up and they have to use that money, it's not like we have to close the account because we have such a low minimum.
Yep.
So now I'm going to shift gears just a little bit. Is the industry going more and more towards like an advisory type model where we're using UMAs or managed accounts, portfolios, things like that?
Industry is in the direction of a fiduciary, and advisory is the fiduciary standard, the ultimate fiduciary standard of caring for your clients' ultimate needs in the end. That is the direction the trend it has been going at, continues to go at, and is projected to continue to go at. So that advisory feel and that advisory relationship is the crux of where the industry is headed. This ties into all the concepts around AI and technology that we talk about, and AI replacing financial advice. But ultimately, what we're looking for and what we're providing on our end of it is a true human resource that is thoughtful, that is paying attention to details, that knows the client, that knows what the needs are, and how to get there. And that's what a fiduciary relationship truly provides, at the right cost production level, at the right value proposition level. You're getting the performance and what you need on the investment management side of it, but also that care and thoughtfulness of the fiduciary standard.
And also transparency. I mean, you know how much it costs to be in this,
Yes.
or like a lot of products,
Yes.
it's hidden. And a
Yes.
lot of people don't understand that,
Yes.
but they're starting to come around. So the industry's going that way, and pretty
Yes.
soon that's all it's going to be,
Yes.
my guess. So, last question. What is new? What's coming around the corner here on the wealth management platform?
So a lot of taking, again, this industry has evolved so many times over the decades, over the years, but at the end of the day, it's stocks, bonds, it's investments, participating in the market, most importantly, protecting the downside, preserving that dollar, really looking at where that upside potential is. On wealth management platform, we are looking for efficiencies, getting opportunities into any kind of strategic investments. Alternative investment space is an area that's really growing to get access, again, having those low entry points, so having a smaller minimum of money to access these private equity pieces of it, or investments, or additional types of alts. So the alt universe is growing. Continued looking at financial planning and how we are looking at the broader picture of trust services, of high net worth services, and how that's tying in together. But for the platform, continuing to stay on the cutting edge of making sure we're seeing those investments, having access to client demands, things like Bitcoin, exciting things that clients are hearing about and are in demand, really taking a look at what demand is, what is truly valuable, doing that due diligence on it, and then delivering that quickly.
All right. Wow. That was a lot. Well, I want to thank you for sharing your expertise as to what's going on and a little insight as to what everything is. So thanks again for participating.